Hello everyone, it's Zombo Skater back, and this time with something a little bit different. So I said in a couple of my Undermine videos that if I'm feeling a little spunky, that I might do some videos in the middle of the week, so I am actually going to do that. I've got some free time today, and hold on first, let me get a nice sip of drink. Dr. Pepper, Nectar of the Gods. Alright, anyway, back to this. So what we are going to be playing is Satisfactory. I am going to make this a Let's Play. It is going to be a regular occurring video on this channel. Most likely, if I do have this occurring, it's either going to be on a Friday night or sometime in the middle of the week. It's not going to be a set day, but we are going to make a Let's Play out of this. So it'll be mainly like once a week or once every other week. And if I do get some popularity with it, you know, people enjoy it, people like it, people want to see it, I will bring it more often as possible. Obviously, I got to work around my work schedule. We are still going to do the 4 videos every single weekend of Undermine, so do not worry, that is still coming. But I wanted to bring this game. So Undermine and Satisfactory have been the 2 games that I've been playing the past couple of weeks that I'm just absolutely, I love these games. So Satisfactory is just like Conan Exiles, Ark Survival Evolved, Minecraft, Rust, all those kind of games where it's an open world crafting. The big difference here though is it's a lot like Factoria, just in a first person mode. I mean, it's all about automation. So you gotta go find all your resources and then build machines to like make all that stuff for you so you never have to do it again. Pretty sweet. The animation that's inside this for the little machines is just epic. I love it. So we're gonna go ahead and go new game. We're gonna start in the Northern Forest, and then let me see, we're gonna call ourselves, let's say Zombos LP Season 1. We're gonna keep it private. We're gonna go ahead and skip the intro. I highly recommend, if you have a computer that can handle games like this, definitely go ahead and buy it. The tiers, everything upgrades in a progression. It's a very nice progression, so as you unlock something, you can build all that stuff that will help you then unlock the next layer, so on and so forth. Tips and tricks for this game, with the exception of a couple things, everything is inside the game. The game tells you how to do everything very well. There's very few things that aren't explained and you kind of have to figure out on your own, and we'll cover some of those as we go. I only have a little bit of time in this game, so my knowledge is, you know, limited as well, but we'll learn a bunch of stuff as we go. So here we go, let's start the game. I highly recommend you buy this though, it's an excellent game. So alright, so there's going to be a lot of jumps and cuts in this video, as there's no reason for me to show you every last little thing. It's just like all the other survival games where like you got to traverse a lot of land, and then you got to gather a bunch of resources at the very beginning, and that's boring stuff to watch. For the most part, if there's something exciting happening, or if I want to talk about what I'm doing currently, then we'll go into that. But alright, so first things first, here is the world. Look at how pretty this world looks. So when you get over to an item that is capable of being harvested, it will actually bring it up for you and say, like in this case, E to pick up leaves. Bam. So leaves will be used for fuel in generators. There's very few mobs in this game, which is kind of nice. It makes the game a little bit easier to handle. Like you don't have to fight mobs all the dang time. Especially once you get to your base location. As you build stuff, I think it puts a 5-tile radius away from whatever you built that mobs won't spawn in. So the bigger your base is, the better. It's like lighting up the world inside Minecraft. Anything over light level 7 and nothing's gonna spawn. All right, so we need to figure out where we are. So we have our little ability to look for nodes. So this isn't gonna find little spots where you can mine one little piece and then like go away. These are nodes that once you put something down, automation on top of it, a miner, it will just infinite source of nodes. So we want to find iron, and so what I'm looking for is there's going to be a couple patches, like I think it's that one that I want to see, because that's east, northwest, so actually we may end up having to go that way. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up an interactive map here, so we can kind of figure out where we're at. So we've got a couple nodes just what is that, just slightly southeast of this geyser here. So all right, so we're gonna come over here into my intronets, and I've got an interactive map pulled up. So you will eventually get a map in game. It's gonna look like this, which is, you know, not so great. but I like this because I can kind of, you know, map or match what I'm looking at here in game, because I can zoom all the way in and I can see certain things. But we want to show, first let's show spawn locations. So there's 4 spawn locations. We spawn somewhere inside this giant circle. So I'm going to zoom in here like this. And then what we want to do is we want to go to show pure nodes. So this is going to show me all the nodes, and generally you're going to start roughly around here where there's just a little bit of limestone, copper, and iron. That's all fine and dandy, but we want to have as many different resources as possible close to us. So we've got a geyser up here, which is in the desert, so this isn't the geyser that I'm seeing. And then we've got all this copper, iron, quartz, limestone, coal, caterium. So we've got a lot really close to us. But I need to find where this other geyser is. So let's zoom back out so we can see our spawn location. And there should be a geyser pretty much, well, heck, I mean, I think that's a geyser that's mineable. But I do not see one on the map other than this one right here, and that is definitely not in a deserty area. Interesting. So I don't see that. So okay, so we are at a body of water though. Let us get back into the game and try and see if we can't see something that shows us where we're at. All right, so Streamlabs, come over to game capture, ba-bam. Oh, we need to make the internet's invisible. All right, so we've got a couple of these. These are kind of too small. We've got a pretty big tree going around. Oh, we've got the big rocks here. Oh no, these are just trees. But this water is pretty big. It goes down a waterfall. Oh, I think I started over here before. Okay, so this water is trickling down. Okay, so let's go back over to our interactive map. And then let's look for a body of water. Why am I moving my interactive map around on the screen? That is the wrong thing to do. I can't go into the internet in Streamlabs. I got to go into the internet here. So it looks like this is probably the area we're in. Maybe this area right here. If we zoom in, that might be a little bit big for where we're at. We may be around here somewhere. We're definitely, oh, actually, no, that's too twisty. Although, doesn't look like it drops down, does it? Doesn't look like the water falls down a bit. Which I'm pretty sure this is where I'm at, is right here. If I turn around to look at iron nodes, we said what? 340? These iron nodes should be quite a ways away. Because I don't think we're over here. Let's see if we can't get out to one of these big bodies of water, or just head straight north. If we just head straight north, we'll hit the desert and then we can just go west. Let's do that. That's going to be a much better way to deal with this. All right, Streamlabs, turn YouTube off, yo. All right, come back in the game. All right. Oh, did I turn YouTube off so we can actually see the game? All right, so let's head ourselves north. And we'll just gather stuff along the way. Oh, especially food. So food's going to come in 3 sources at the beginning. You're going to have these pale berries. Then you're going to have, oh god, all these guys. Oh, that's a good indication of where we're at right there. I think we're actually not too far away from where we want to be. So you've got pale berries. There's nut berries, which kind of just look like trees with like 5 or so big nuts hanging off of them. And then you're going to have mushrooms, which you'll find in caves and some of the other foresty areas. Okay, so here's the desert right here. Okay. So I don't think we're actually going to be too far away from where we want to be. So let me come out here to figure out where we're at. Oh yeah, so here we go. So we're going to head off that direction. So if I go V and go to iron, you're going to see about 600 or so, maybe a little bit closer, maybe even farther. It might be farther away. Right there. No, that's those ones. Hey, show me iron over there. There's iron that way. Oh, here we go. 981 meters away. So, all right, I'm going to head over there. Probably going to make a cut on my way over there just because it's quite a ways. If I get into some trouble, tab, by the way, brings up your menu, and then I can put my... this you'll get naturally through the tutorial, but if you don't do the tutorial, it just gives it to you, make it seem like you did the tutorial. I'm going to head over there, and if I encounter any fun stuff along the way, I will bring the video back up and show you guys what I did. But I will see you guys on the other side by the resources and where we're going to build our base. And I can't go up that. Oh, hills and video games. All right, we'll be right back. All right, over summer sloop work in progress. So this is an item that isn't being used yet. Oh my God, I'm getting attacked too. But I like to collect those just in case once the update comes out that's going to be used in, I'll have some saved up already. So I haven't figured out how to like safely dodge this guy's attacks without like getting too damaged. He doesn't do too much. You notice I got hit by a couple times by him and it barely took down some of my health. But I have food. All right, let's eat the food. That'll heal me back up, and then let's put our weapon back in here. We will explain the HUD and everything once we get over to our base and we're a little bit safe. All right, okay, cutting back out again. Ooh. All right, so I just dropped in on this area. Oh, and there's a guy that's going to attack me. Where you at? Where you at, sir? Oh, here he is, right here. These guys, these little brute guys, will run around you, and then they will basically charge at you. Oh, where's he at? Oh, I'm getting radiated. Oh God, let's get out of the area. Okay, so before I get too radiated, so there's these pod areas here that'll have some resources for you that you're gonna need, as well as you can open up the pods after you fix the pods. But we are getting irradiated, so that's not cute. That's not cute at all. Ugh. I was gonna show you that, but yeah, danger and disaster is now averted. We are moving on. All right, I'll cut once I get over there. Whew. Oh, all right, we are pretty close to exactly where we need to be. Actually, everything is right down here, but I came across another cool item. So these guys, they don't move, they don't do anything. They're just kind of sitting here. I don't know why. I wish they kind of moved a little bit, like even if they moved really slow. But these things are going to be used for power shards later on, which will help us overclock machines, which we will discuss as we need to in times coming close. But let us get down. We might have a couple guys to fight once we get down here. But all right, we are in our area. So yeah, there's this guy right here that we need to fight, which is by some copper. We've got all our iron right here. And this is where our base is going to be. So we got our limestone. So if we go back to that interactive map, we've got our limestone here, some copper here, 3 nodes of iron. I think there's quartz right up the hill there. Coal's just over there. So we're going to be pretty good. So let's go ahead and go out to our YouTube, not YouTube, but my intronets. And then I'll show you what we did. So basically we spawned, we were kind of down around like this area here. So we just went straight north to find the desert, and then I just followed the desert around to now we're outside of the spawn area. So I can just go ahead and get rid of this. And now we are right here. So if we zoom in, you can see this sandy bit that I'm standing on now. Over this walkway is the limestone. We got copper here, copper here, copper here. So we're gonna have 3 copper nodes, all pure. 3 iron nodes. Our quartz is up the hill. We got limestone here and here, and then coal down here, and then I believe you've got caterium here, and bauxite and sulfur and nitrogen and all that stuff's going to be a little ways away, but we'll get into that way later. But yeah, so if you look at this like this, and we come back over into the game. Let's get rid of the internets again. Come back into the game. You can see here's that little sand pattern. There's that little walkway up over to the limestone, copper, and iron. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and set up our hub. I think I'm just going to put it back here. So Q opens up your building menu, and I'll get into some stuff here in a second. We're going to actually face this kind of this way because we're going to need power off the bat for these things. So this is your hub. Your hub is built out of your drop pod that you will get when you start the tutorial and first start the game. And then it doesn't quite look like this when it first comes in. Oh, look at the animation in this game. There's so much cool animation with all the machines and little things that fly around and whatnot. But basically, you're going to start off with just your hub and just your crafting bench. And then as you do upgrades, it'll slowly get to this point where you have a couple biomass generators on the back. And you've got like a little bedroom area, a little personal storage box. And all of this will come with the tutorial. The wonderful thing about this game is it's got a great progression as you're doing your upgrades to your base, which is available in your hub. So if we come to our hub, you can see tier 0 under the milestones. All these are done because they were the tutorial, basically. And all the stuff that I have available to do right now is because of, essentially, it's like you've done the tutorial. but we are actually going to be on tier 1. So the way you upgrade in this game is you select the tier that you're going to work on, and then it's going to tell you these are the things that you're going to have to produce in order to then get the rewards. And like we have different versions here. So like base building is going to give us foundations. Logistics is going to give us some stuff for conveyor work. And then field research is going to give us stuff for our researching ability, which will become important to, like, we definitely want to get to our map, our in-game map, and some things like that, where you're going to be able to find different resource nodes and whatnot, and upgrade our inventory slots and how many hand slots we can have. So first things first, we're going to work on base building. Because base building, putting foundations down on the ground, means that everything in your area is going to be nice and flat. So it's going to make things easier to line up and have everything just looking a little bit cleaner as far as your factory builds go. Now, it will make the world look ugly because it's just going to be a bunch of gray platforms everywhere, but it's kind of necessary. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a quick break from all of this. Let's go ahead and make a quick tutorial on the game. So, starting off with just your HUD. So if we look at our HUD here, at the bottom left, you can see that I have my Xeno Zapper, which is my weapon. So that's what's in my hand. And then we've got our health bar. In the middle is a hot bar, which is your numbers 1 through 0 on the top of your keyboard that are going to be for your building. So I can quick select these items instead of having to go to Q and then find the item in the building menu. And then over on the right are your shortcuts to various things like build menu. And then we've got F is our dismantler, B is a flashlight, V is our scanner. So if I push our scanner, it's just going to scan for the last thing that I tried to scan. If I hold V, I can select what I want to scan for. Like if I do this, you're going to see as soon as the scanner gets over there to that limestone, boop, it pops up on my compass, which is up on the top center of our screen. So that way I can see 198 meters away is that limestone. And then we've got X, which is as you go through tutorials, it's going to pop up here so you can reread the tutorials. Obviously, I don't have the tutorials from the beginning of the game because it's like I didn't do them. And then, of course, any messages and recipes, so you can come down in here and look for how to craft all the different things that you have available to you. So this is like, it's super handy. I mean, it has an in-game Wikipedia, basically. So instead of having to like stop your game, go to the internet, you can just come into here and like look at a building and go, what does it take to make the crafting bench? Boom, here you go. And you're going to get a crafting bench. You know, how do I make vehicles or whatnot? So it's pretty handy. And then our last one tab is our inventory. So holding left shift and then holding so hold left shift and then click your left mouse button will put stuff into an inventory slot. So you can see if I just hover over any of this stuff that's going down into my hand, you will eventually get more slots. So like right now I want to put food in my hand because I want to eat it. And then you can actually sort your inventory out here to make it, you know, a little bit cleaner, and so you can figure out what you can do. Anything that will actually be movable into like a slot will show up here. So as we're crafting inside a machine or whatnot, or like if we come over to our hub here, we can say select this and then select our milestone. We'll be able to just left shift items into the milestone and it'll put what's necessary there. In our personal storage box here, say I want to move all 905 of this leaves, I could just click on the stack and drag it over like this, or I could left shift one stack at a time like this. But if I hold control and click, then it's going to move everything of that item. So actually I don't want these things in my inventory right now. They're not necessary. The computers are not necessary. The slugs are not necessary. Everything else here is necessary for me. So I can sort these items out, sort my inventory out, and there we go. So that's moving stuff around in your inventory. The crafting bench is going to allow us to basically do early game crafting and a couple things that are like constructor and smelter and assembler kind of things that we'll talk about as we build those machines. But for the time being, we need to go collect some iron, some copper. We're actually going to go collect a bunch of limestone. And then we're going to get all those ingots made up. Basically, all I do is once I go over to, say, a node like this one right in front of me, once you get up to the node, let's go ahead and eat our food. So whatever's in your hand, left mouse button is going to make it work. So let's get our Xenoblade back out, just in case something attacks us. But so once you come over to nodes, Nodes come in three forms. Usually the top piece that's hanging out here that you have to get rid of by manually getting rid of it is always going to be pure. But then below you, you have this sitting right here. This is going to have a chance to be three different kinds: impure, normal, and pure. The big thing here is that a normal node is going to give you the normal amount of items. An impure node is only going to give you half of the items that you normally would get. And a pure node, like we're sitting here, and this is the whole reason we came over to this area, is all of these nodes are pure nodes, is going to be 2 times the value. So that's going to make production of items a whole lot faster for us. So we're going to come over here and click on E and just whack this until it breaks apart. And there we go. So now you can see we're going to have a nice flat area to be able to put our automation on top. We're basically going to, first of all, come over to this and grab one of our portable miners. These you would have had to have built during the tutorial, but now we just have them available to us. So I'm going to put one in my hand, and then anywhere on this node, it doesn't matter where, as long as you are on the spot where it says pick E to pick up the iron, I can just boop, place one of these guys down. And these are so cool. Early game. I mean, this is like 5 minutes into the game you can make these. This little thing is going to start drilling for me. No power required or anything. And look at this. And if I go E, I can get into his inventory, and look how much faster he's mining for me. So I can just grab all that stuff if I want to. And I can also pick these back up and move them. So we're going to take 2 of these bad boys and place them down here so they can start making. And then we're going to come over to this copper node over here. And first of all, we're going to get our Xenoblade back into our hand. And we are going to attack this, because this thing is going to make little dudes that want to fight us. Ah. And I haven't found a good way to fight these guys. Oh, look at me go. Come on, come on. Keep them in front of me. Hey, this is the first time I've ever attacked those guys without dying. Yay! Not dying, but getting hurt. So they're going to drop alien carapace. I think that's how you say it. Basically, alien butts. And we're going to use those later for various crafting. So this is an iron node as well. Where's our copper node? Q, oh not Q, V. Find me copper. Okay, so there's a copper node, 166 that way. Oh, there we go. You can see it just popped up right there. We're going to put one of these portable miners on the copper node just so we can start getting some copper while we're out and about doing other things. Oh, and we got another one of these guys to fight. Come at me, you big bastard. Oh, God, they're splitting up. Oh, they're splitting up. Keep them in front of me. Oh, man. See, yeah, see, that's what they normally do, is they normally, like, move around so darn much that I can't keep them all in line like I just did on that last one. Ah, see, and they move around so fast. All right, there we go. Okay. Whew. And then we go pick up his butt. Their butts. I guess it's 3 of them. Boop. All right, now we'll go ahead and mine this. So this is, once again, the top part is a pure copper node. And then below it, we have pure copper as well. So that is excellent. And then we're going to just drop one of these guys here. And we'll actually wait around to... Actually, I think there's going to be an enemy up by the limestone. There's usually always an enemy by a node. Just usually 1 or 2. Just something quick and easy to take care of. So, all right, let's let this go just a little bit. We'll grab 20 of that. There we go. Once those things fill up to their max, which is 100, the machine will just stop and you'll have to come and grab the inventory out of it. Oh, here's the nut berries. Boop. That was kind of dark, isn't it? I don't know if I can get... oh, you know what? I got my light. There we go. So these are the nut berries. They just look like spindly wood trees with some berries hanging off of them. And actually, you know what? Let's keep our light out. So once I get foundations and ramps, I'll just build a ramp straight up to this. But for the time being, well, let's not dive off to our death, eh? Holy crap, that is a ways down. We'll get over here to this limestone. And we'll get one of these portable miners on the limestone just to get started until we can get enough resources to build some more. Look at this. We got another one of these guys. All right, stay in front of me. Oh. Oh, we're going to get attacked by one of these guys. Oh. Oh, we actually did pretty good on this one. Hey, where you at? Aha. Oh, God. I almost fell off. Get his butts. And then come over here to the limestone. There's actually, I think, you actually get more per hit by doing it manually like this, but obviously it takes forever to do, so obviously it's better to get quicker production by putting one of these guys down. Boop, there we go. All right, so we're gonna grab a little bit of concrete, just a little bit, and then I'll go show you some basic crafting with these things. And then after that, I'm gonna make a cut and go gather a bunch of this stuff up just so we have some inventory of it. All right, there we go. We'll just grab a little bit of it just so we have some in our inventory. Let's I think we can jump down here without dying. Alrighty, we'll eventually get a jetpack as well, and there are a couple different vehicles in the game. I don't know how well the vehicles do. I haven't built any of them yet. There's also some jump pads and some other things that you can use to get around without having to build 400 million foundations. Oh yeah, see, so this is stopped right now, but as soon as I grab the inventory out, it'll start back up again. All right, let's go craft some things. So if we go back to our milestone, which we haven't really talked about yet, come in here, tier 1, we're gonna do base building first because I want to get foundations, and we're gonna select the milestone, and now it's gonna bring this up. It says waiting for resources. So it shows us that we need 200 concrete, and you can see the relevant items that I need are here. I need 200 concrete, 100 iron plates, and 100 iron rods. So if I just do this, hold left shift and then hover over and click, it's going to put those items in there for me. So now you can see I'm done with iron plates. I need to make 40 more iron rods and 142 more concrete. So if we turn around to our crafting bench, and we can come up to iron ingots, and if you hold shift and space, then it'll auto craft for you, so you don't have to sit there and hold the mouse button. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of iron ingots, a bunch of copper ingots, and a bunch of concrete off camera, and then as soon as we get done with that, we'll come back. Okay, so iron is done. Now, if I've pushed shift and space, my crafter is still trying to auto craft. It tells me that I can't afford it because I have no more iron ingots. But if I click on the copper ingots, it's just gonna automatically start producing copper ingots. So here we go. We're gonna start making our copper ingots, and then it'll be the same. I'll shift down and do concrete, but I'll be back after both of those are made. Yeah, so we're gonna have some mower sounds in the background. Amazing, even though I thought I had all that turned off. All right, well, anyway, that was a good time for my neighbor to go ahead and mow everything. And so we are done now auto crafting our ingots and our concrete and our copper. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit, I think, okay, we're gonna make these other things. Okay, there we go. All right, good. So you have to hit shift and space to stop auto crafting again. So now what we want to do is we need, if we come back over here to our, actually we don't even need to do that. We got it up on our top right. It shows us what we need. So we need 40 more iron rods. And would you stop mowing? All right, so we're going to go ahead and come in here, start auto crafting the iron rods, and basically just going to get up to 40 more. Actually, we'll produce a little bit more than we need because we're going to need it for some other things here in a second. We'll get up to like 60. Boop. All right, there we go. And if we turn right around, we can just go in here and boop, shift those in. So we got 100 and 100, and now we need 200 concrete, which we are not going to be able to do because we have no more concrete. And did I talk about the personal storage? Yeah, I did. So let's go ahead and shift this stuff over. And actually, we'll take the nuts so we have some food. We don't need that. All right, so we need to go grab some more limestone. So I'm gonna grab some limestone, come back over here, finish doing the 118 concrete that I need, and then we'll be back. Oh, okay, before I get up there, so I just found out, so if I'm in my inventory, I can't move, like I can't turn left or right, but I can continue moving forward while I'm in my inventory. That's amazing. All right, anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so something we didn't talk about. So inside that crafting menu, you may have noticed, without me saying it, the cost of items. So for the iron ingots and the copper ingots, it was 1 ore to 1 ingot. Here, however, I need 3 limestone per 1 thing of concrete. So I have to collect 354 concrete in order for me to get the 118 that I needed still. I'm going to collect more than that just because I'm going to need it later, so I might as well sit here and collect some more. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit and collect a bunch of concrete, and then we'll be back after the concrete's all made up and I've got it inside the hub. All right, so we are done crafting, and something we haven't done yet that we'll do as soon as we get done with this upgrade is show another building that we need to, we desperately need. It's all right, so press E to configure, come in here, and then we'll just shift click our inventory in, and then, oh man, we got a big giant red button. You know what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to push it. Oh, push the button, push the, you're not supposed to push red buttons. I thought that always has something bad happen, but not in this case. So we'll push the button. And then you can see that this thing is going to take off, and ADA, so this might be the first time ADA talked. She's like our helper to it.
Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
So anytime she talks, basically is a tutorial. So now if I go into X, and then we come to tutorials, I believe, yeah, right here. So we got in our inbox, milestone 1 base building. So just basically what she just said is going to be in here, so we can kind of go back and look at it. Hello, person mowing. So now that we're done with that, you can see that if we go back to select milestones, base building, we're going to have all these foundations that we're going to be able to build, which is going to be awesome. So if I come over here and go Q, go to foundations, you can see I got all these new parts. So now I can start making flat surfaces to build on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to go gather a bunch of resources, and I wonder if I can I make organization? I can make a big storage container. So I'm going to make a big storage container, fill it up with a bunch of iron and copper and concrete. And then we're going to work on our very first piece of automation, and then that's going to close us out after I make my first iron miner little setup that will show you kind of the whole deal about this entire game, the automation for this game. So I'm gonna make a cut, and I will be back after I gather some resources. Oh, and as I was placing my storage container, look, here comes the spaceship. So this delivery system here, until the delivery system is landed, I can't select another milestone. See, it'll show me that it's waiting for the pod to land, and then as soon as the pod lands,
concluded. Fix it, freighter re-entry complete.
Thank you, nice lady. Now I can start shifting stuff over. So for the second one, which is going to give us splitters, mergers, and some conveyor lifts to lift items up for us, which we definitely are going to want before our first automation. We're going to want to come in here, select the milestone, and then just go ahead and shift this stuff over. So now you can see exactly how many items we're going to need, and we will work on that as soon as I get done gathering a bunch of stuff. But first of all, I put over here a little storage unit that you can actually hook this up to conveyors, both as an input and an output. So you can actually, like, you know, store stuff automatically without you having to click E and put stuff in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and shift all of this stuff over here because I don't currently need it on me. Actually, I could have just said store all. And then now, all right, I'm going to go gather. I will be back in a little bit. All right, I lied. I need something greatly to help me out with this. So I have the two nodes there, or maybe three. I think I have three. One up there and then one over at the copper mining for me. That's not enough. That's not going to make things quick enough for me. So inside the crafting bench, I don't have what I need to make those portable miners. So Q, go to, I believe, production, and then equipment shop. So this is going to cost me 6 iron plates and 4 rods. But now I'm going to have this equipment shop. So I'm going to put this equipment shop over here, kind of a little bit out of the way. What am I missing? I am missing 6 iron plates and 4 rods. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Iron plates. Let's just auto-craft this. Get a few more of those. And then a few more of these. All right, we should be good. Okay, now let's make this. So Q, equipment shop. And then we'll place that right there. It's not going to be straight. That's terrible. All right. So now we come inside here to this bench. And now you can see I can make my weapon if I need to, and my portable miner. So we're going to need to gather up some more resources here in order to make the portable miner, because it requires 2 iron plates and 4 rods per portable miner. So I'm going to make up a whole bunch of those. I just wanted to show you that you have to have this equipment bench down. And I believe the equipment bench is in tier 0. Yeah, right there, the very first tier. As soon as you finish that first hub upgrade, you get the equipment shop. and then you can make the portable miners. So like it's literally within 5 minutes of the game, you're gonna be able to make portable miners to stick on these nodes. So all right, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of portable miners and then gather a bunch of resources, and I'll be back in a second. I come over here and what do I find? Mobs are dumb. Where you going, you big fat weird looking insect, whale, turtle? I don't even know what you are. What even are you? I don't know your name. Oh god, don't hurt me. Love me. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Okay, so I was just over here placing my portable miners on my copper node, and something I failed to mention. So certain resources will grow back, like leaves, trees, and the berry bushes and stuff. And this one is apparently a magical berry bush because it is floating in the air. So I didn't get to show you what the berries look like. So these are the nut berries. They will grow back eventually. The plant that I gathered from earlier right over here at nighttime is not grown back yet, but they will grow back eventually. And so just keep on the lookout for that. Your food, you're only ever going to need food when your health, when you get damaged. Otherwise, you don't need food. Food doesn't disappear, and you don't need water. So, all right, okay, back to collecting. Okay, so I didn't gather up all the resources I want to gather up, but I wanted to cut back because as you notice, for our next milestone, we're going to need something new that we haven't crafted yet. So come over to our crafting bench, and you're going to see down here in electronics, we've got our wire. So right now, I can make all that I need. So I'm going to go ahead and make all these components up, the 150 iron rods, 150 iron plates, and the 300 wire, and then we'll come back. Something also to note is I get 2 wires per 1 ingot, so that's cool. I won't have to use all of this. I'm just going to go ahead and craft all the wire up because I'm going to need it eventually anyway, and we'll go grab more copper. I've got 5, I think 5. It's either 4 or 5 miners at each node now, so we're going to gather up, 400 every time I walk over there. So yeah, this is going to be plenty, so I'll get copper again. So anyway, I'll be back as soon as all this is done. All right, so we have all the items we need, so let's go ahead and into the hub. And the whole reason I didn't start making like my miners and my constructors and stuff is because I wanted to get this milestone done, as this is going to give us splitters, mergers, and some conveyor stuff that's going to help us out with building our first set of automation. So let's go ahead and come into our active milestone, and let's just shift these bad boys in, and now we can go ahead and launch again. I love coming out here and watching this.
Conveyor belts can merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation.
Okie dokie, nice lady.
The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Okie dokie. All right, so now we have some new things to deal with. So if we come into our queue menu, we can come down to logistics, and you can see that we have our lift, our conveyor belt, conveyor poles, and mergers and splitters. So we're going to be able to kind of, if we only need a certain amount of resource, we can split that resource up, or if we need, we can merge resource together. Only one, mind you. This can't take 2 different kinds of resources and put them together. It's only one kind of resource that you can merge or split at a time. So we can use these to get the best amount of items to whatever piece of equipment we need. And we also have our foundations. We also have some walls now, which we're not going to deal with building walls and stuff till much later, once we get our doorways and some things like that that'll make things nicer. For the time being, we're just going to make everything nice and flat, just so you can visually see what's going on with the machine, and then eventually we'll redo them all to be in a vertical fashion inside a nice building and look all pretty. We've got our storage container, so we'll have an output from our machines into a storage container to automatically collect. And then power, we're going to be able to go from our biomass generators attached to our hub here. We're not going to waste material to build some. We're just going to take from our hub and go straight out there. You can put all of your power generation in one location and then just daisy chain power poles out from that. And then here's our production stuff. So we're going to build the miner first, followed by a smelter, followed by a constructor, and then of course we'll have all of these things in between all those things to get things around. And then special, we're not going to build a space elevator anytime soon, but that's going to be something that we'll talk about later. So all right, I am going to go ahead and just look at this just to get these question marks out of the way. Hello? Hello? Why are you? Oh, it's just showing me that it's disconnected. All right, So, okay, so I'm gonna need to go gather a whole bunch of resources again. I just basically gathered just enough to get this done. I'm gonna go gather a bunch of resources, and then I'm going to start building. So we'll be back in a second. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye from here, as the building is gonna make the video take way too long. We will come back in the next video and start our automation. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a miner coming out to a smelter, coming out to some constructors, and then it's gonna give us iron plates, iron rods, and some screws. So that's another item that we haven't had to deal with yet, but we're gonna automate all three of those things just from this one node, which is gonna be amazing. We're gonna be able to have all the resources we need, and because we have 3 other pure nodes, we'll be able to use those nodes to then craft the next level of equipment after that. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you. I don't know if I'm gonna post this every single week. Depends on whether or not I get any good enjoyment out of it from you guys, any likes, comments, all that sort of stuff. You know, the whole shebang that YouTube needs. If that happens, I'll bring the video more often, once a week, maybe twice a week during the work week. But I work Monday through Friday, so it all depends on how my work week is going and how I'm feeling. We're still gonna get the 4 Undermine videos every single Saturday and Sunday. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this game. I know we didn't get through anything really exciting today, other than the basics and the very beginning of the game. But it's like any of these crafting games. You got to get through the early game grind before you can start making all the awesome epic stuff. So I am going to gather a whole bunch of iron, copper, and limestone off camera in between the 2 videos, just that way we don't have to deal with it next week. And I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta, everyone. Bye. Bye, you long-legged freak. Bye. Bye, birds. Are you birds? I don't know what you are. Bye.